Hey guys, today's question is minimum cost for tickets. In this question, we are given with a vector days. In this, each day is an integer from 1 to 365, and train tickets are sold in three different ways. A 1-day pass, which is at the 0th index of the costs array given. 7-day pass is sold for this amount, cost 1, and 30-day pass is sold for this amount, that is cost 2. The pass allow for that many days of consecutive travel. So 1-day pass will allow us to 1-day travel. 7-day pass allow us for 7-day travel, and 30 days allow us for 30 days of travel. And we have to return the minimum number of dollars you need to travel every day in the given list of arrays. So for example, in this list, days is given as 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 20. So we need to travel all these days at the minimum cost. So one option is to choose every single day, and for every single day have a 1-day pass. But that will the amount that we have to pay will be for every single day. The cost is $2. Okay, wait a second. Yeah, the cost is $2. So for every day cost is $2. So there are 6 days, 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 20, 6 days. So the overall cost will be $12. But we can minimize it a little bit by using a 1-day pass for 1 day, but then a 7-day pass on 4th day. That will allow us to travel from 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so all these days will be covered in those 7 days, and the 7-day pass will be given at $7. And finally, we will again use a 2-day pass, sorry, a 1-day pass for this. That will cost us $2. So 2 plus 2 plus 7, which is 11. Okay, and that 11 is the minimum. So we have to minimize the amount that we have to pay by choosing a different amount, by choosing cost at every point that we so that we can minimize the amount. Okay, now we can see at every day we have three choices. We can whether take a 1-day pass, we can or we can take a 7-day pass, or we can take a 30-day pass. Okay, we have three choices, and also we can skip if we already have a pass. For example, if we choose a 7-day pass here, then we don't need to choose a then we don't need to take a pass here. Okay, because this is already covered in the 7-day pass. But and till now you can see this question seems like a greedy approach, but this is not a greedy approach, because if the array was something like there are multiple elements here, choosing a 7-day pass here, that doesn't mean that choosing a 30-day pass here will not minimize. Maybe it can minimize the overall amount. Okay, so we can't define what 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 amount of travel cost we need to choose, a 1-day, 7-day, or 30-day pass, or we have to skip. We can't determine that at every point. So if we can't determine at every point, we have four choices, and so that we can use a DP approach. Okay, as we all know, for DP approach, if we have choices, we can use the DP approach. So let's write the DP code. What we will do is we will simply take all four choices at every point, and we will simply return minimum at the previous for the previous function. That's it. And the base case will be if the ith index reaches out of bound of the given days array, that in that case we will return 0. Otherwise we will take int max at for every day, 1-day, 7-day, 30-day, and no pass. And if the return value is not int max, then we will return the 1-day plus the amount for 1-day, or 7-day plus the amount of 7-day. That's it. So let's try to code this so that we can understand more. First, we have to sort the array, sort the days array, so that they are in the increasing order. So sort days dot begin, days dot end, and now we will simply call the solve function for the minimum value that we will get. So solve 0, days array, cost array, and the maximum days we can travel at any point, which will be, let's say we will take a variable maxi. So let's write the solve function and solve first the index. So let's take its int I. Now these two vectors are passed, days and costs, and now after that we have the maximum point that we can reach at every point. So okay, now let's write the solve function. So base case, if I greater than equals to the size of the array, days dot size, So we have covered all the days. We will simply return 0 at this point. We don't need to cover any more days. Now, else what we'll do, we will take 4 variables and we will return the minimum of them. Initially, we will initialize all those as the int max, the largest value. Okay. The second will be 7 day. This will be 30 day, and also we can skip some time. So let's name it as no pass. Okay. Now let's try to minimize. So if the given maxi, which is the maximum amount of days, this is the largest days we can travel. Like for example, if we take a 7 day pass and we are currently at day 2, so we will increase 2 plus 6. Okay, 2 plus 6, it will be 8, and 8 will be maxi. So that every point we will know that if we have to take a pass or we can skip the taking the pass. Okay, so if maxi is greater than equals to current days I, then we can skip. So no pass, we will simply skip in that case. I mean, we can skip, we will also try different combinations. So index will be incremented and days will be same, costs will be same, and maximum will also be same. Okay, because we are not taking any pass. Now second is 1 day. Okay, 1 day. Now for 1 day, let's first simply copy this. 1 day we have to solve for I plus 1, and maxi will be same because we are using only 1 day. So next day we again have to choose a pass or a 7 day or 30 day pass. Okay, so for 1 day, because we are choosing the pass for same day for that day. Okay, now we also have to increment the value by the amount of 1 day pass, which is cost 0, but we can't write here because if it returns int max again, then it will overflow integer. So let's write it in the next line. So if this value is not int max, if this doesn't return int max, it returns a small integer value, then we can increment. Okay, and simply 1 day plus equals to the amount of taking that pass, which is costs of 0 as given in the question. Same thing for next 7 days and the 30 day. Okay, so for 7 day, let's take it. Okay, sorry. Okay, so for 7 day, solve I plus 1 days course. Now maxi will be updated as maximum of maxi and the current element, which is days of I, plus 6, because we have taken the 7 day pass, 1 for the current day and 6 days after that. So we'll write plus 6 here. Now this thing again that we did for 1 day, again we have to write for 7 day. If this is not int max, then we can update 7 day plus equals to 7 day past cost 1 second index. Now the again same thing for the 30 day. Okay, so 30 day equals to, let's simply copy this again, and now the maximum will be updated as maxi day I plus 29, because we are taking a 30 day pass, 1 for the current day and 29 days after that. And again the same thing for integer overflow. If 30 day, if this function return the value smaller than int max, then we can update 30 day plus equals to the cost for the 30 day pass, which is at cost 2 index. Now after this we can simply return the minimum of all 4. So return minimum of all 4. So let's take it as array, no pass, and the second one is 1 day pass, third one is 7 day, and the last one is 30 day. Okay, now as it is a DP approach, we have to also memorize it. So let's take a DP array to D array to memorize, as there are two variables changing, I and maxi. So we have to take a DP two size DP array, and the size will be Here we can see the length of the days is 365, and the maximum value can also be 365, or let's say we take a 30-day pass at the 364, so that will reach maximum amount of 395 or not more than that. So let's take a 400 size. So 365, 366 for this, and 395 plus 1, 396 for that. Let's say 400, no problem. Now use the mem set here. So initially let's take all values as -1, those are not computed. Size of dp. Now if the value is already computed, then we will write if dp of I and the maxi is already computed, that means it is not -1, then we will simply return that value dp I maxi. This is a simple memorization, and at every point when returning we will simply return that value dp I maxi equals to this. Okay, now let's try to run this. Compilation error. Okay, 30, spelling of 30 is wrong. Let's run again. Okay, we did something. Solve 0 days cost 0 -1 size of dp. Repent. Where is this function ending? Here. The class solution is here. Okay, wait a second. Sort days.begin and memset dp -1 size of dp. Solve 0 days costs and 0. No, okay, we have to return this. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, now let's run this finally. Should get accepted. Okay, so let's submit this. So the code is accepted. Thank you for watching.